Happening, sports fans? We welcome you back to another Top Recruit interview. We got Aysha Shaheed from Madison. She's in Madison now, but she's going to be a Cal Bear, which always is a UCLA alum. I'm like, all right, well, cool. You got into the harder school to get into. Okay, fine, fair enough. But she also got in on the fact that she is one of the fastest human beings that you will ever meet in your entire life. She is a two-time CIF champion in the 200 and 100 meter, and the 3x100 meter relay. Or no, 3x100. I'm sorry, a lot of CIF championships. Trying to read schools and Instagram bios and all that. Look, she can tell you all about all the medals. I'm surprised you don't have them just like lined up somewhere, because you probably have enough of them to fill a wall. Thank you so much for being on with us. If you don't mind, let's start with Cal. To most, it would probably seem like a no-brainer, but I'm sure you had a ton of different opportunities and offers. So why did you end up going with the Bears?
My main reason for choosing Cal was my immediate connection with Coach Charles. We had that immediate connection that every coach should have with an athlete. And I think the way that he approached me and told me what he can do for me as a student and an athlete altogether, I immediately felt comfortable and relieved with everything that he was saying to me. It was really just, he was very honest, very straightforward with where he could get me based off of where I want to be. So it was just.
Where did they come then in the order of things? Were they in early on school and this is like something that you had always dreamt about doing, or did they come real late in the process? How did you actually arrive at getting the Cal offer or even starting the conversation with Cal?
They were one of the last schools to contact me, actually.
Okay, they're probably hard to get.
Yeah. So it was really near the, I'll say around the beginning of the school year. And they contacted me, or Coach Charles contacted me, and he just wanted to get on the phone with me and my parents. Talk to me about what he has to offer as a coach.
So
yeah.
A lot of people that I've talked to in the last, the class of 20, 21, 22 are making college decisions without actually having been to these campuses to visit. Have you been to Berkeley yet or no?
I have.
Okay, good. I've already done 2 interviews today with kids that have not actually visited the colleges that they're going to be at. And to me, that seems terrifying over anything else. What's maybe some advice then that you would give to younger student athletes out there that are in track and field as to what they can do to help themselves out in the recruiting process?
It's personally, my recruiting process has been different than everyone else.
Let me preface that with other than just run really fast, because I'm sure that makes it decently easy, but maybe what's some of the other advice?
Always keep your head up. Don't let people see that you're struggling or see that you're having a hard time. Just keep working hard. Coaches will come to you.
Because track's kind of you against yourself, right?
What was that?
Track's kind of like you against yourself. You're constantly racing against your own PR. A lot of the people I've talked to have been like, well, yeah, okay, great. I got to race against this person or that person, but you're always trying to beat your next PR. And I feel like it takes a lot of self-confidence to be really track.
You just run your own race. You don't worry about anyone else in the other lanes. You really just try and run your race, run your time. So, yeah.
So I'm curious about, if you don't mind talking a little bit about Madison, the track culture there. A lot of people, when they hear track and field, I think they don't really understand how you can score points in one category, you can score points in another category. So you get some schools that are just kind of 4th place at everything. They do well at meets. You get some schools that are distance schools, some schools that are field schools. You guys are definitively a track school, and you have been your entire 4 years. So take us into what, the competitive, because it has to be kind of competitive at practice, and it has to be kind of a different level of vibe when you guys really are a school that focuses on 800 meters and less. We're going to dominate wire to wire at every event in there.
Yeah. The competitiveness throughout all 4 years has been a constant battle. Having Keenan was definitely something that helped me get to where I am today. And having all the other boys, all the other girls who also pushed me and pushed each other, it was a family competition basically. And now that I have my little sister at Madison, I'm competing against her to see where she can be when she's my age. So
Is your little sister a freshman?
yes.
All right, so you're putting her in her place still, right? Like she's not going to
Yeah.
get one over on you this year, right?
Not this year.
Okay, deal, solid. Just as long as it's never in the high school record books anywhere, other than just you solidly beating her at every possible event. But I've always been curious because for as competitive as it is, people that don't go to track events, I don't think they understand that it's one of the most positive and friendly environments at the same time.
Definitely.
You go there and like the when everybody starts clapping, like before the guy goes for the long jump, like the first couple of times I was like, wait, like everyone from every school is doing that. This is so dope. So at the same time, for people that maybe have not been out to a track and field event, but can't understand that, like, yeah, you guys are all rivals, but at the same time, you all thrive off of just like being a good community.
It's definitely, no matter where you go, you're always going to meet people who are friendly and positive, who will cheer you on even if you beat them. I have so many friends at so many schools, and they're always joking around with me before races or cheering me on. And it's always that friendship is.
It's something that makes me laugh because I'm always like, why can't other sports copy this? Why
Yeah.
can't all the football players just be like, hey, it's dope that we all get to hang out play football on a Friday night instead of subtweeting each other and being all angry and everything. There's just so much of that going on. I do have to ask, it's hard sometimes to translate like hitting a home run versus running a 100 meter, like what is really harder. But I do think that the handoff in a relay race, and especially one of the shorter distances, is one of the hardest things in all of sports. Can you testify to that? Or do you think it's super easy? Because you might be the first person I've ever talked to that's like, yeah, no, it's just a breeze to complete that handoff in the middle of a relay.
It is definitely a challenge, but it depends on your team chemistry. Me running with girls that I've run with for the last 3 years is something different than running with someone you've never handed off to or given the baton to. Okay. So having that connection between teammates, it depends on the difficulty, but I think that it is one of the harder things to do.
I can respect that, though, that I'm talking to somebody. For you, track is second nature, and for you can probably just judge by the body frame, not a ton of speed here. They would have very politely. I was a baseball player. I'll leave it at that in terms of my general affinity towards running at any degree. So what do you got your sights set on this year? Obviously, you're going to say CIF championships, anything but that. But do you have a number penciled in for where you want to PR, or like what are you just looking to do? Or maybe you're just happy to be back out there and running. Like, what is it like having a season again?
I am definitely grateful. I am so happy that they gave us an opportunity to run. The main goal is state. If we do get a chance to have state, then the goal is definitely to win state in both the 100, 200, and hopefully the relay also. But yeah,
this is oh man. For people that don't understand, this is one of the main reasons why I like talking to such a wide variety of sports, because you very rarely get a lot of people going, yeah, of course, state, like not CIF local. Oh, no, state. That's awesome. And we're just stoked that we have state. They've made those announcements in the last couple of weeks that everything is back on. So we are really thrilled, folks. Aysha, close this out with what I want to make the line of, if you want to go watch her, you can only be there for about 11 seconds because that's her. Like, what's the 100 time clocking in it right now?
Right now my PR is 11:57. So
all right, folks, next Madison track meet, you have about a 12-second window to see Aysha actually in action. But please make sure you're paid attention for those 12 seconds. It's definitely worth watching this year before she's on to Cal and practice. Not to put the bar too high there, but we always look forward to seeing all of the great things you're going to accomplish over the next couple of years and represent the San Diego CIF section so well as you had. We are stoked that we will get to actually see you at a track practice. Say hi to Coach Reyes for me. You will just remember me as the generic white guy that hung out with the football team a couple of years ago. Folks, we really appreciate you giving some love to these student athletes, and we will talk to you next time.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.